Expo 88 extraordinaire. And I'd like you to meet Peter Racy. Peter has, through Councillor Potter, there've been communications, and Peter...
I'm used to this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, councillors, Mayor, thank you for enabling the people of Brisbane, the ratepayers of Brisbane in actual fact, to arrange and facilitate this gift. The gift comes from Colin Blumson. I picked it up last weekend. Now Colin is as you can tell, a sculptor of some note. He was highly prolific during the 80s, which is the reason why he came to actually do this particular piece of work. And the reason why Brisbane is going to such lengths to facilitate these gifts and my work out in the regions. In this particular case, it is to help the Expo 88 Art Trail in Brisbane. As you may know, there are already 4 art buster pieces on the back of my ute. There are another 2 which Jason has seen this morning and was quite impressed with. And when you look at them, there is absolutely no truth in the rumour that I'm old for this. They were made 30 years ago and I was half the size I am today. Now, former Lord Mayor Graham Quirk was a very passionate believer in getting tourism going in Brisbane and knew that Brisbane itself really couldn't carry the weight. For too long, Queensland's relied on the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast, and it's about time that it went out to the regions. And that is the reason why the work of placing Expo memorabilia has been facilitated. So last year, lucky enough, the ratepayers of Brisbane were able to collect 6 additional original rigid edge Expo 88 art buster pieces, and that enabled the Brisbane City Council to de-acquisition 8 pieces back, in this particular case, to the good people of the South Queensland, knowing that there is a very key, critical link to the Expo story sitting here, because Sir Joe was really one of the major individuals that facilitated Queensland getting the Expo 88. And there's a really interesting story behind that, and I won't bore you. Please someone wave a red flag if I start to send you to sleep. As my son always says I do. So, Malcolm Fraser was dead set against Australia having an exposition. Too much money, had the Parliament House, had the regional Expo 88 narratives going on, and didn't want to have a bar. Queensland had twice tried to get an expo through the good efforts of James McCormack and Sir Leo Hilscher. And then Sir Frank Moore got involved, and Sir Frank Moore was a little bit more innovative in his approach, and with the help of a fellow called David Graham, they came up with effectively a no-cost model to the government's, Brisbane City Council, State Government and the Federal Government. Malcolm Fraser fell off his horse. Malcolm Fraser wasn't in Parliament. Malcolm Fraser wasn't in charge of the cabinet process. Doug Anthony was. Doug Anthony was a great mate of Sir Joe Bjelke-Petersen. Sir Frank Moore tells me the story of the morning he heard that Malcolm Fraser had fallen off of his horse. He dashed out of the shower, ran down the hall to the phone, and in those days there were no mobile phones, and immediately called up Sir Joe and said, for God's sake, speak to Doug, get this approved. And that's what happened. And that's how we ended up getting the expo. So, the reason why this is important, Colin Blumson, who produced the Welcome to Brisbane fountain for the Commonwealth Games, which was also a critically important piece of infrastructure during Expo 88, made this particular piece to go into the parliamentary annex. And it is the model that a mechanical router follows to produce from a large piece of timber which was probably sourced from Blackbutt as it happens, but Colin can't quite remember, but he used to buy a lot of timber up in the Blackbutt region. And so this is really the egg that gave us the chicken that's sitting in the parliamentary annex. And the timber version of this is so important that the heritage custodians of the parliamentary precinct have recommended that it goes from the temporary chamber into the permanent chamber and that it is heritage listed. And so when in my research I came across the full understanding of it, I just thought it is such an important piece. So, as I said, from the ratepayers of Brisbane, from the Lord Mayor, Adrian Schooner, I hope that this adds to the tourism zing of the South Perth.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Peter, and we're very honoured, of course, to be able to accept this gift from the people of Brisbane and Lord Mayor Adrian. And